Why is analog horror so scary? Section 1. What is analog horror? Analog horror is a genre on YouTube that uses old technology. Things like the VHS tapes, TV broadcasts, public service announcements, and like radio signals. It's called analog because there was analog technology between the 60s and the early 2000s. I wouldn't know anything about this. I'm just finding this through research. Okay. No HD, 1080p, 4K, no smartphones, just old static, distortion, 144 pixels to 480 pixels max, flickering screens. Instead of the nostalgic feeling these things usually give you, analog horror gives just a weird feeling that it's not right. It's not how it's supposed to be. It might look like a regular old VHS tape, a training video for a company back in the day, or emergency alert from a TV channel, but something feels off about it when a normal tape turned into something completely different. This is how analog horror is and how it's usually made. Section 2. Why is it so scary? Now, I'm not that easily scared. It's actually pretty hard to scare me with just normal horror tropes. But analog horror is one of the only things, other than claymation, that really scares me. Analog horror is scary for a few reasons. Number 1, the fear of familiar. Clips of children's TV shows, like cartoons, anime, like real life shows, like The Truman Show, old commercials, or news anchors slowly becoming distorted or something that they really weren't to convince you to do something. We've all watched old tapes, cartoons, that has a feeling of nostalgia. Look, I'm not like a 90s kid or anything, as you can tell by how I sound, but if you watch an old cartoon from then, like on Dora the Explorer, it does give you nostalgia. But when something familiar becomes unsettling, like a face that doesn't blink, a voice that glitches mid-sentence, cuts off to something else, something normal becomes uncanny, we react with confusion and fear. It's called the uncanny valley. When something seems human or normal, safe, just everything in your daily life, the people you see, but just not enough. Enough to seem human, but it just doesn't seem right. Analog horror uses that feeling to bring unease and, for me, discomfort. I can't usually sit through an analog horror without squirming half the time. Most analog horror is presented like real found footage or safety videos. There's no narrator explaining everything, no characters to actually follow in these. There's a narrator, usually explaining what to do, how to survive an emergency, steps, but it doesn't explain everything that's going on. Take, let's say, the Mandela Catalog. You don't know everything that's going on. You don't know that where they are, the alternates. That is up to a lot of people for you to understand. It's just a tape. It's a message and a warning that we don't get the full picture of. It keeps your brain working, trying to make this work and seem plausible, but the horror gets worse the more that you think about it. Section 3. Helplessness and isolation. In analog horror, you're nothing. You're just watching it. There's nothing you could do about it. You can't stop what's happening. You don't even fully know what's happening. But you can put a picture in your mind of what's going on and what this is mainly happening. And that's terrifying. Sorry, this is real. Section 3. It's horror without normal horror tropes. Analog horror uses loud sounds, shocking visuals to scare you. But it's not as much as regular horror. Analog horror times it well enough that you don't know what's coming, and when you do, it's more scary than you could have thought. Instead, it uses the atmosphere, good timing, and implication of these clips. A news report might mention a strange event, then a number appears on the screen, and the voice says, "Do not look at the moon." That's it. Not that scary alone. Both analog horror and the VHS and text-to-speech voice, it makes it really scary. Analog horror, it's from the analog horror series Local 58. No crazy monster in this. There's no crazy explosions or any gore. It's just a sentence and the unease and the grain that actually scares you. Section 4. Why it works. NLOC cores are really good at scaring people because it feels real. It mimics the way we consume information and reality. TV, radio, the internet. Deep down, we do trust those things. If you go on your phone, for example, you read an article, you're most likely going to think it's true. You're not just going to think, oh yeah, okay, everything's a lie. No, you tend to trust a lot of things that you consume. But NLOC Core really questions you, what if the things you trust are wrong? What if the television lies? What if what you watch on the news is all lies and just something to keep you in check? What if the government knows something, isn't telling you about it to keep you safe? It makes you question your world. There's nothing more than static tape, hiss, broken signals. It's why NLOC Core scares me so much. It's because it's so real. But there's nothing crazy going on. It's just weird imagery. Take the bullet one for example. There's no crazy jump scares in it. There's nothing going towards you. It's just that thing there. And I'm not going to say I've watched a lot of this NLOC Core. Like, I've seen a lot of NLOC Cores. I've seen the Mandela Catalog. I've seen the Walton Files, the Back Room, The Man in the Suit, Local 58, Angel Hair, Greylock. God, Greylock. Ugh. The Smile Tapes. The Smile Virus, I think it's called the Smile Tapes. The Walton Files, Gemini Home Entertainment, Marble Hornets, Obelisk. Oh, wait, Vita Carnis, the Tangi Virus, Mysterious House, Boobs' Ghosts. It just scares me so much. It seems so normal at first, like an old cartoon you're watching. But it's not. It's horror. It doesn't seem horror at first, but the more you watch the video, the more disturbing it becomes. If you enjoyed this video essay, kind of, I think that's what it is, leave a like, subscribe. I have done a lot of this research on this, but I thank you for ChatGPT for helping me coming up with ideas, so I'm not taking all my credit for this. Yeah. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Bye, guys!